Gentlemen, and welcome to this TMET Armagh Under-21 Championship final between Crossmaglen Rangers and St Patrick's Cullyhanna. And we've certainly a sense of deja vu here on Armagh TV. It was only 5 weeks since these two clubs met in the senior county final. But we're back here again in Crossmaglen early in the attack here. Paul Grant, he's played a direct ball down towards the corner. We'll get the teams here as soon as possible. But Liam O'Neill's on the ball here down towards the corner. That's been picked up by fullback Phelan McCardle, and Cullyhanna look to relieve the pressure somewhat in the form of Pierce Casey here. Casey picks out the short fist pass, and now it's Kieran McCooey. Kieran McCooey, of course, one of the players who started that day only 5 weeks ago in the senior final. He's played a long ball up there to Connolly. Connor Connolly on the ball now. It looks like he's been fouled, and we have something of a whirlwind start here. Not a moment to draw breath. That ball's been popped in towards Aidan Nugent. Aidan Nugent turns quite dangerously towards goal. Nugent to go. He's 13 yards out. He's fighting back in it. Aidan Nugent, after only 50 seconds played, Aidan Nugent, he turned very, very sharply. Went inside his man very, very effectively. Headed towards goal, and he was just a superb shot. Found the bottom corner. The goalkeeper couldn't get to it, and we've only played 1 minute here in the TMET Armagh Under-21 Championship final, and Cullyhanna grabbed the advantage. It was Crossmaglen, the senior final 5 weeks ago, who started the better, but as Cullyhanna have got the absolutely perfect start here, and Aidan Nugent has scored the goal. He got 2 goals, of course, against Whitecross in the senior championship. He started here with a goal today, and that ball now it's Crossmaglen look to attack in the front. It's Ryan Conlon over there towards the corner. That ball's played back. Crossmaglen looking to respond to what is an early body blow struck by the Cullyhanna man, and Aidan Nugent in particular, as that ball's bouncing along there, and we have it now. Phelan McCardle has it. He's played it out there to Pierce Casey. Pierce Casey pumped a long ball up towards Connor Nugent. A bit of grappling there going on between the two players. Connor looked to keep it in. It looked like he was fouled. Certainly, I think that's Stephen Reel, the Cullyhanna manager. He's shipped the tackle as well, but Stephen won't worry too much about that. It might actually Malmac, I'm not quite. I think it is Stephen. Stephen shipped the challenge over there on the line, but he'll not worry too much about that. But referee Tony O'Hare is slightly worried about it, and he's going to have a word with the Crossmaglen defender, and I think actually he may well show, yes, he does show a yellow card there. That's to number 5, Paddy Stuttard has had a yellow card there, as number 6 Sean Connell, again a man who started in that county final. It looks like he's going to take this free over towards the sideline about 55 metres from goal. St Patrick's now revelling in starting they've had, and that's not the most accurate of balls pumped in there, but slightly misset I think by Sean Connell. But Cullyhanna tackling there, and it looks like Crossmaglen are trying to clear, putting under serious pressure. That was Paddy Stuttard again on the ball there. He's won the free, and it'll be a chance perhaps to draw breath. I still haven't had an opportunity actually, folks. Apologies to get the teams to you, but we'll do that. We'll do that as soon as possible. As soon as these two teams give us a break and play at all. But there haven't been too many, and in fact here perhaps it's an ample opportunity, as well as played over the sideline, to run through the teams as Sean O'Gorman kicks that ball. It's back with Sean O'Gorman. I think. We'll maybe just have to go through that. I'm not sure if I'm going to get a chance to call out the teams at all now. We'll start now with the Crossmaglen Rangers. Number 1 goalkeeper Paul McEntee. Connor back Aaron Muston. 3 Connor O'Neill. 4 is Gavin Rooney. And number 5 Paddy Stuttard. 6 Aidan Rush. 7 Patrick McIntaggart. Number 8 is Aaron Farley. Number 9 Mel Boyce, who came on the county final as Connor Connolly looks to have been fired there. Yes, now be a free to St Patrick's. Number 10 is Liam O'Neill. 11 Jambert McConville. 12 Paul O'Grant. 13 Callum Comiskey. 14 Jack Kerwin. And 15 Ryan Conlon. As St Patrick's attacking now, and that's back with Connor Nugent. Nugent over towards the sideline. He's played the ball fairly accurately across to Phelan Savage. Can't feel him. Looks to try and feel him on the ground there. Luckily, he might have handled on the ground. Yes, the referee agrees, and he's given the free kick to Crossmaglen. They didn't look particularly like they wanted a free kick. They played on anyway, and the referee's going to allow that, of course. Sensible advantage being played as Crossmaglen looking. That's ball going towards the full forward, Jack Kerwin. Kerwin can't get to it first, and Cullyhanna certainly with a better team here in the opening 4 minutes in the TMET Armagh Under-21 Championship final, but as a Crossmaglen sideline there, about 50 metres from goal. Ball's been played in on Crossmaglen over towards the sideline, trying to get the first score of the game. They're certainly Cullyhanna have struck the major score thus far, but here's an opportunity for Crossmaglen out along the end line, and that ball was quite inaccurately played there. And Colm Hoey, of course, Colm who played with the Cullyhanna senior team and now run to the county final. He's been carrying an injury all year. He didn't start the semi-final due to injury. Came on and got the goal that beat Pierce Oaks in in Ballymacnab a couple of Sundays ago, and he's starting today. Very, very key man, of course, for a former Armagh minor under 21 column, and that ball's been played, and that's drifted out wide. And I'll just run through the St Patrick's team. In goals, number 1 Darren Mackin, number 2 Cahill Donnelly, 3 Phil McCardle, 4 Sean O'Gerwin, 5 Francie O'Rourke, Everest Sean Connell, number 7 Everest Shocked is Kieran McCooey, number 8 Phelim Savage, 9 Pierce Casey, 10 Conor Connolly, centre half forward is Conor Nugent, number 12 Kevin Hui nails Shea Gimmich, Kevin Hui does not start, he's replaced by 18 Colin Hui, his brother. Everett 3 Jake Aidan Conlon nails Shea Gimmich, and he's replaced by number 19 Shane Conlon, number 14 Gareth Mackin, and number 15 Aidan Nugent. Knows the Cullyhanna there's team as Pierce Casey is fouled there, and Pierce plays the ball forward in the direction I think of Gareth Mackin. Gareth wasn't able to win that one, and Crossmaglen come out. Now Crossmaglen certainly got into the game in the last couple of minutes, but they haven't been able as yet to raise to raise a white flag, but perhaps that'll be changed now. But that ball has gone off to the left and wide. So about 5 minutes or so played here in the TMET Armagh Senior Football, under 21 Football Championship Final. 6 minutes played in fact, and St Patrick's very much made the better start with that superb goal from Aidan Nugent, who showed all his trademark pace and acceleration to get away from the defender and produce a perfect shot into the bottom corner. Folks, let us know where you're watching the game from, whether it's Ballymacnab or Brisbane, Sydney or Singapore. If you're watching the game on Armagh TV throughout the world, let us know where you are, what you're making of the game. At Armagh_GA on Twitter, and the Armagh GA Facebook as Crossmaglen look to try and get the opening score here, and that is played, and that's over the bar, and that's a very, very good point there from Crossmaglen. So we've played 6 minutes, and it's St Patrick's a goal, Crossmaglen a point. And with goalkeeper Darren Mackin now is going to take the kick out for St Patrick's. Of course, Darren not noted for his goalkeeping ability. Darren, it's a position he's had to get used to this year. He's been carrying an injury for most of the season, and he's a full-back turned goalkeeper, and doing a very good job thus far. And perhaps it'll turn out to be a niche position for Darren, though I'm sure he'll be hoping to get back perhaps further out the field in the future, but he's certainly serving a very important role for St Patrick's Cullyhanna today, as Sean Connell comes forward here. And Sean Connell has played that one towards Gareth Mackin. Gareth can't get a hold of it, and the ball's chased there by Shane Conlon, and now it's gone as far as Conor Connolly. He's played it out to Gareth Mackin. Gareth Mackin's about 35 metres out. Gareth has turned, Gareth has shot, and Gareth has kicked the ball over the bar, and that was an excellent score there from Gareth Mackin. And so that puts Cullyhanna 3 points to the good. It's St Patrick's 1-1. It's Crossmaglen 1 point with 8 minutes played here in the TMET Armagh Under 21 Championship Final. The Crossmaglen goalkeeper, he's played that out over towards the terrace side of the pitch, but that ball has been played over the end line, and that'll offer an opportunity for Conor Connolly to pump the ball in. He's played it there towards Shane Conlon. Shane Conlon picks it up. He's near the sideline. He's transferred the ball back out. I think that's perhaps Conor Nugent over on the far side. Nugent has now found Phelim Savage. Savage turns inside. Savage plays the ball over towards Aidan Nugent. Aidan Nugent, the goal scoring hero in the opening moments. Perhaps looking to add to both his personal tally and his team. Still Aidan Nugent. Good play. He chipped the ball in towards Gareth Mackin. The ball's broken down, and that's an opportunity for Shane Conlon. He's turned there very quickly and hasn't been able to execute the score. Difficult skill there. He was heading out away from goal, had to turn very quickly and attempt the kick, and it went to the right and wide. I'll say, let us know, folks, where you're watching the match from. Wherever you are in the world, if we're delighted to have you along here on Armagh TV. Thanks very much for donating your £1 and joining us here on the show. And certainly a great way to end the Armagh footballing season with this Under 21 Championship. And that ball's been played over there as towards Aidan Nugent now. Nugent picks it up, and Nugent has a goal, and Aidan Nugent has certainly been the star of the show in the first 9 minutes here in the athletic grounds, because that is a superb kick, and it's 1-1 for Aidan Nugent. It's 1-2 for St Patrick's Cullyhanna. It's a point for Crossmaglen, and this has really been an excellent start from the Cullyhanna men. course, so many of these lads were involved with the heartbreak of 5 weeks ago in the senior final, when they were beaten fairly comprehensively on the day by 9 points by Crossmaglen. But in terms of as a club, St Patrick's, they've been making great strides in recent years. This is actually their 4th under-21 final in a row. In 2010 they were beaten by Crossmaglen in the final. 2011 they beat Mahary to win the Dean Keown Cup. Last year, in 2012, though the final was actually played in January 2013, Armagh Harps triumphed over St Pat's, and here they are in their fourth final, and that's an excellent point there from Crossmaglen. Excellent ball in. Ryan Conlon turned very, very effectively, and that was a fine score there. Ryan Conlon's looked quite dangerous in the early stages for Cross, and it's a 1-2 to St Pat's, and it's 2 points to Crossmaglen Rangers. And Darren Mackin now with the kick out. And of course, so many links, not just on the pitch to this senior final, very much on the line with the two management. With Crossmaglen are managed by Joe Kieran, who of course managed the senior team to the county title 5 weeks ago. And 2 of the 3 Cullyhanna managers were actually playing in the senior final. The Cullyhanna management team of Kieran Nugent, Mal Mackin and Stephen Reel, and the latter pair were both started for the senior side. And they're now turned their hand to management, as they've done so successfully. In fact, that management team has been together for 3 years, and every single year they've been there, they've got to the county final, and they're hoping that 2 out of 3 won't be too bad for them today, and they're hoping to get their second final victory. As that ball's played there towards the corner, and looked like it might have been a free. Yes, I think is it a sideline, or was that a foul? No, I think perhaps it's a sideline ball to Crossmaglen. And over there, number 10, Liam O'Neill, looks like he's going to take that. He's about 21 metres from goal. Liam O'Neill plays it over, and the ball dropped there, but Crossmaglen are able to regain it, and that's in the form of Aaron Mostyn, the cornerback, and he's certainly nowhere near cornerback at the moment, as the midfielder has an effort. That was Mel Boyce, and that one's drifted off to the left, and it's gone wide. And of course, you're enjoying the pictures from Armagh TV today, and we're delighted to have you along. Of course, you're in a similar position to those at the athletic grounds. You have the choice. If you're at the athletic grounds today, you can watch the game on the pitch, or you can watch it on the magnificent big screen that is erected just over on the end line beside the flags. And it's great to have this technology, and to find so many different ways of bringing the Armagh football matches to the crowds, both home and abroad, as Crossmaglen now play the ball back, and they put that and pumped forward towards the corner. Bit of grappling going on there. Possibly could have been a free to Crossmaglen, and the referee now decides that that's the correct decision. And this will be an opportunity now again. Looks like Liam O'Neill is going to take this one, and probably a decent opportunity now to reduce the arrears, as Crossmaglen look to get back within 2 points. And we have Michael Donaldson's got in touch with us on Twitter. He says, thanks to armagh-gaa for the streaming. He's supporting Cross Rangers from Barcelona. And I'm not quite sure if Michael is related to John Donaldson, who I think is involved with the under-21 management team. But it's good to have Michael along with us. And that is a wide there from Liam O'Neill. He'd be disappointed there. He looks slightly frustrated, and you can I think he was expecting to be able to put that over the bar. Difficult enough free, but Crossmaglen, Cullyhanna, it's slightly the better, but it really is just that goal between the teams after 50 seconds, and the exchanges have been fairly even over the course of the first, generally over the course of the first 13 or 14 minutes. But as I say, folks, you'll get your comments in on Twitter at Armagh_GAA, on the Armagh-gaa Facebook page, and also www.armagh-gaa.net. And that's Francie O'Rourke. He's played the ball over there towards Aidan Nugent. Aidan Nugent got 1-1. He's looking to turn provider now, and it's Shane Conlon back to Nugent. Nugent turned inside. Nugent very much the danger man. Tried an intricate ball there to find Conlon again, but well cut out by Crossmaglen. And that ball's pumped forward, and that'll be picked up now by Colm Huey. Colm played fairly deep, I think perhaps as a full back. He replaced number 12 Kevin Hoey, And but he's certainly not playing in the half forward line as Conor Nugent picks that up and heads towards goal at 21 metres. Conor Nugent still, his man's gone down, but Conor still very much on his feet, and he's more than on his feet. He's kicking the ball over the bar, an excellent score at the outside of the right foot, and it's very much been the Nugent show here in the TMET Armagh Under-21 Championship final. Aidan Nugent's got 1-2, 1-1. Conor Nugent's now got in on the act, joining the cousin, and it's Cullyhanna 1-3, and it's Crossmaglen Rangers 2 points, 4 points between the teams at this stage. And Cullyhanna, very much getting the scores. Finding scores are a little easier to come by. The game itself is fairly even, but Cullyhanna are turning their attacks into scores. Perhaps something they didn't do in the senior final, but the lads here determined to right those particular wrongs. The ball's now at Sean Connell. Connell looked for Kieran McCooey, but didn't opt to play the pass. That's out to Pierce Casey. That's a great strong play from Casey, and Casey accelerates away, and Casey has played the ball down there towards, I think that was Shane Conlon, but Shane couldn't get a hold of it, and that ball's played us now Crossmaglen and around midfield, and some good attempt to try and tackle there, but still Crossmaglen fairly comfortable in possession. But now the commentator's curse has happened there because the ball was lost. It was superb tracking back there from Conor Connolly. Excellent stuff from Connolly. That ball's played well. Gareth Mackin be able to keep it in. I think he will. He's heading along, and Gareth did very, very well to pick that up. He's now heading in along the end line. He's struggling to keep possession, but he has it now. It's still Gareth Mackin. Gareth Mackin plays the ball. Oh, very, very dangerous ball across towards Conor Connolly. Connolly has it. He's in a bit of space. Connolly's heading towards goal. That's a goal! That's a goal for St Patrick's Cullyhanna. It was a great ball across from Gareth Mackin. He found Conor Connolly. Conor Connolly showed tremendous composure there as he headed towards goal, and again a super shot, and what an opening quarter it has been in the TMET Armagh Under-21 Championship final for Cullyhanna. It's St Patrick's 2-3, it's Crossmaglen 2 points, and a superb shot there, and what a dream start this had been. We've only played 16 minutes and St Pat's are 7 points clear, and they really have come roaring out of the blocks here in this championship final. And again it's Pierce Casey. Here's Casey, plays the ball in. That's been picked up, but it's been dropped. And Gareth back into the ball now. Again, Mackin's got Aidan. Usually there's options. Now it's Conor Nugent, and Conor Nugent's fired it over the bar on a superb 2 or 3 minutes there for Cullyhanna, and they really are taking a very, very, very strong position here in the athletic grounds. It was a game that we thought was fairly close. But it seems that there's been a free given there, and it looks like Conor Nugent put the ball over the bar, but it looks like that's been stricken from the record, so it remains 2-3 to 2 points. Apologies, folks, for slightly misleading. We don't have the benefit of video replays up here in the commentary box, so we missed the fact that the referee had given a free, and in fact here come Crossmaglen. They're looking to get a point, but in fact no. Again, slight controversy because there was a free kick taken very quickly. It was a very, very dangerous situation. Crossmaglen were heading towards goal. Looked like they would be getting at least a minor score, if not trying to raise a green flag. But the referees decided that the kick was taken too quickly, and it's going to be retaken here, and it'll be a much less dangerous Crossmaglen position. A free kick about 45 metres from goal. And it's now opportunity for Crossmaglen, 45 metres. Difficult kick, fairly central, certainly fairly central the position he has taken it from, but that's drifted wide. And that was Callum Comiskey there, the fella who shone so brightly. I think it was 3 points he got in the senior final. He had a superb game that day. He'll be slightly disappointed, I'm sure, Callum, that he didn't get that one over the bar. We'd just like to shout out there to Peter McIlvanna, who's watching the match in Madison, Wisconsin in the US of A. Great to have Peter McIlvanna along. McIlvanna, name associated, I think, perhaps with the Madden Club a lot over the years. Not quite sure where Peter's originally from, but I hope that he's enjoying the match here in Armagh TV as the ball's pumped out, and it'll be people of Cullyhanna who'll be enjoying this opening 20 minutes slightly more than the brethren from Crossmaglen. But Cross are putting the Cullyhanna defenders under pressure here. That was Francie or Phil McCardle, I think it was, yes. Phil McCardle. Casey has it now. Casey looked like he was fouled there. Bit of toing and froing there, and the referee's giving a Cullyhanna free kick. That was a small bit belatedly there, but it's Cullyhanna now, and it's Kieran McCooey. He's played the ball across to Colm Hoey. Colm Hoey's pumped it there and that's towards, I think it was maybe Phelan Savage. Yeah, Phelan wasn't able to get a hold of that one, but it's gone as far as Conor Nugent. Conor Nugent will be able to keep it in. He's transferred out to Colin Huey. Colin breaking forward, and a poor pass there from Colin, cut out very effectively by the Crossmaglen man. That one's been pumped forward towards Callum Comiskey. Callum Comiskey, an obvious danger man. Kieran McCooey's on him here. I think perhaps Kieran picked him up in the senior final, so they're renewing acquaintances. And that ball's been punched backwards there by Francie O'Rourke. I thought it was by Francie. Darren Macklin's let that one run wide, and yes, it is a 45. Perhaps slightly strange decision there from Darren Mackin. I would have thought he would have been able to get to that one and prevent it going out for a 45, but it certainly did look like Francie O'Rourke fistled it back towards his goalkeeper. An opportunity now for Crossmaglen. I think it'll be Liam O'Neill, or is it Ryan Conlon? It was Ryan Conlon, in fact, who's going to attempt this one. There was a free kick from the hands missed in about 45 metres a couple of moments ago by Callum Comiskey, but Ryan Conlon will hope to have a little more luck at this stage. As St Patrick's lead here by 7 points. Crossmaglen looking to cut that deficit, and again that's gone wide. So Crossmaglen have definitely had a few opportunities in the first half, but not quite able to convert them to the extent that they would like. And it's St Patrick's leading here by 7 points in the TMET Armagh Under-21 Championship final. A superb end to the season. It's been a memorable season, for both clubs. Crossmaglen again winning, I think it was their 4th Armagh Championship in a row. Perennial county champions Crossmaglen. They went on to play 2 tremendous games against Kilcoo in Ulster. Games were described as some of the best games of club football perhaps ever played. Unfortunately, Crossmaglen weren't able to emerge victors. And here's Conor Nugent. Conor Nugent gives to Savage. Phelan Savage plays it there as far as Aidan Nugent. Aidan will have to pick that up towards the end line. And Aidan comes back in. He might try the shot. He does. And Aidan Nugent is a player who is playing at the very top of his game today. He's playing with immense confidence, and you can see it there. He had no inclination of doing anything than going for a point there. And it was a fantastic effort from Aidan Nugent. And that's 2 points. And a goal for Aidan, and he has put St Patrick's in a very, very commanding position. It's 2-4, 10 points to Crossmaglen's 2 points, 8 points in it. And, these things can certainly turn around, particularly in underage football, but Cullyhanna will be absolutely delighted with the start that they made. Francie O'Rourke trying to get a tackle in there, and Liam O'Neill, and Colin Huey has got out there, and he showed superb determination to get there, and Colin's been awarded the free, and that's superb stuff from Colin Huey. I'm sure his 2 brothers, Kieran Huey and Marty Huey, are watching it over in Canada. I'm sure they've been delighted to see what Colin did there. Of course, Kieran Huey, you might remember his name from some of the Armagh TV broadcasts. He was for the semi-final, he was in Melbourne for the county semi-final. For the final, he was in the bench of the athletic grounds. So on the 21 final, he's in Canada. If Cullyhanna go much further, I don't know where he'll end up in the globe, Antarctica perhaps, but I'm sure he'll be delighted with the start that Cullyhanna have made here. And it's Aidan Nugent over there about 50 metres from goal. Aidan's played it towards the cousin. It's Conor Nugent now. Conor Nugent looking to get inside his man, and Conor's played the ball back towards Conor Conley. Can Conley get to it? No, the ball wasn't particularly a good one, and it was a little short for Conor Conley. Couldn't react in time, and that ball's been played, and again it's that man Colin Huey who's got in there, and the ball's played over, and a great tackling from Cullyhanna here, but Crossmaglen still go, and I think that is Liam O'Neill over there, not too sure, fair bit away from us. Ryan Conlon here. Ryan Conlon plays an excellent ball there. Opportunity now for Crossmaglen. They've gone inside. It's been fired over the bar by Callum Comiskey. Fired over. It was a goal chance. I think Comiskey had an opportunity. The Greenman student had an opportunity there. He studied an agricultural degree there, and he showed all the tricks of the trade, firing that one over the bar. And it was perhaps an opportunity for the goal, but they'll be happy with the point. Crossmaglen haven't scored for a while. They haven't scored since about about 10 or 15 minutes or so. It's been all Cullyhanna in the last 10 minutes or so. Certainly that second goal from Conor Conley has been very important in the course of this first half. But there's still a long way to go. 7 points only between the teams at this stage, and Crossmaglen will always remain dangerous. And that ball's hopped in and opportunity now for Crossmaglen, the full forward, and that's been played, and I think that's going to be a Crossmaglen free. Yes, it is. Full forward Jack Kerwin was fouled there, so the opportunity for Cross to get another point on the board. So as I say, folks, don't be afraid to get the comments in on Twitter at armagh-gaa. An opportunity here for crossing. Yes, you'd have expected, as expected, that one has been converted, I think, by Callum Comiskey. Yes, Callum Comiskey got the point earlier on. He's just got a free there. He got, I think it was 3 points in the county final. He's got another couple today in the under 21, and a very, very dangerous player. Fine footballer. 2 goals between the teams. St Patrick's Cullyhanna 2-4, Crossmaglen 4 points. That ball's pumped out there towards Pierce Casey. Pierce rose for that, couldn't just retain possession. And that's a superb tackle there from Sean O'Gowan. Wonderful stuff. Got it, determined to win the ball. He was second favourite for it, but he wasn't going to allow that. But the fact that he was second favourite stopped him getting possession. That superb kick towards Aidan Nugent. Aidan Nugent still going. He has 2 men on him. He goes past the pair of them. It's still Aidan Nugent heading towards goal, very dangerously. And it's perhaps surprisingly, Aidan Nugent kicked that one wide. He's had the Midas touch in the opening 25 minutes here in the TMET U21 Championship final, but unfortunately that didn't turn to goal from a Cullyhanna perspective, and the ball was kicked wide there by Aidan Clin with great confidence. Aidan Nugent, and but that one went wide. Certainly at this stage, every time he gets the ball, you nearly expect a score, but wasn't able to live up to that billing at that time. But he's going again there, Nugent again. He's found the man there. An opportunity for Crossmaglen. Crossmaglen, the 2010 champions, semi-finalists last year, beaten by St Patrick's and Cullyhanna over the Christmas period in the 2012 championship. And that ball's been punted out there towards Gareth Mackin. Darren Mackin finding Gareth Mackin. And Gareth Mackin has played it out there, and that is towards Conor Nugent, I think. Can Conor Nugent get a hold of it? No, it's won by the Crossmaglen men. And great pressure though from Conor. That's a superb tackle from Conor Nugent. Wonderful stuff there. And he's released and now here's the opportunity. Shane Conlon has gone, a good save from Conlon, with opportunity for Conor Connolly, and he's converted it, and that's gone over the bar. And this is a superb first half for Cullyhanna. They'll be absolutely delighted. They could have struck for the 3rd goal. It was an opportunity for Shane Conlon, albeit by a magnificent tackle from Conor Nugent, regaining possession, a ball that Cullyhanna had no right to be in possession of, but brilliant stuff from Conor Nugent. That went to Aidan released Shane Conlon. Conlon's shot was saved, but wonderful stuff from Conor Connolly, kicking the ball over the bar. And it's St Patrick's 2-5, and that's a fantastic catch there in the middle. I think it's Sean Connell, and Sean Connell's released Phelan Savage. Feels better known as a defender, but he's heading towards, he's 21 out, and Phelan Savage has kicked the ball over he's kicked it against the, and it's the post there. He's kicked it against the post, Phelan. Probably a good opportunity. He probably should have got the ball over the bar there. It was a decent opportunity. Wouldn't be used to being in those positions. More known as a full back or perhaps a half back, but being utilised in midfield today, and he's kicked that one against the post. And now free kick, and Sean Connell's getting the talking to from Tony O'Hare, and the Pierce Road referee has given Sean Connell a yellow card. The ball's pumped in there by Mel Boyce, and that looked like it came off Phelan McCardle. Yes, it did, and that's an opportunity now for Crossmaglen. That's very Jack Kerwin, very big under 20, a big strong man there, Jack Kerwin. And he's left it to Callum Comiskey. Callum Comiskey with 21 metres from the end line, sideline ball. He's played that right across, and that's very, very lax marking from St Patrick's. And that ball now, here's an opportunity with the ball. Ferocious tackling again. Some of the Cullyhanna tackling has been absolutely superb. Stephen Reel, of course, a great exponent of that particular skill, one of their managers. I'm sure he must have been working with them in training, because some of the tackling has been absolutely magnificent here. Winning balls have no right to win, but Crossmaglen are still very much in this game. And perhaps the scoreline isn't really reflective of the way the exchanges have gone, because Crossmaglen have had a lot of possession, and they'll be disappointed to be 7 points down, but they may be able to reduce that deficit. No, in fact, that ball has gone to the right and wide. So we're about 1 minute from 1 minute until half time, and don't forget, folks, get the comments in on Twitter at armagh_gaa. And Michael Donaldson's got back to us on Twitter, and he confirms he is in fact cousins with John Donaldson, and he's talking about he has a GA team in Barcelona, and he's hoping that they'll maybe be able to bring up the streaming service for their own matches, and certainly it's great to be able to stay in touch with the Gaels across the world there. And Michael, cousins with John, of course, a man who's played for both of these clubs, but very much a Crossmaglen Rangers man these days, as that wasn't pumped in there, and well won by Phelan McCardle there, and he's played that now to Phelan Savage. He'll take the free. Savage, decent ball there, and looked like Conor Nugent was being fouled, but he's not worried about that because he's got the advantage on the man. He's heading towards the ball. Still Conor Nugent. He's about 35 metres from the end line, over towards the stand side of the pitch, and that's been dropped there with Pierce Casey doing it very, very well. Still Casey, look at Casey go. Casey with the effort, and it looks like that is going to fly right over the black spot, and that is an inspirational score from Pierce Casey. Magnificent stuff. Pierce Casey scored the 45 that equalised the game. They got Cullyhanna back into the game in the memorable county semi-final against Ballymacnabb, and he has really got a fantastic point there to rouse his troops. It's St Patrick's 2-6. It's Crossmaglen 4 points, 8 points in it, and this really has been a dream of first half from a St Patrick's perspective, with the game far from over. And Conor Nugent goes to try and win that one, but Crossmaglen out to it first. And again, that's been a foul there. And Liam O'Neill looking the ball to be played. We've played 1 minute of injury time, and referee has deemed that will be enough. So here we are at half time. It is St Patrick's 2-6. It's Crossmaglen 4 points on a buoyant Cullyhanna side. Head towards the dressing rooms with this game far from over. 2-6 to 4 points. Far from over at this stage, even though there's 8 points in it. And I'm joined now by Terry Conlon from the St Patrick's Club. And Terry, what's your reaction to? I'm sure you're a happy man, but won't be counting any chickens. They certainly haven't hatched as yet.
No, they're definitely happy at half time there, Paddy. 2-6 to 4, not what we anticipated around Cullyhanna, I can tell you, during the week. Cullyhanna's very much on top all over the pitch. I think it's 50-50 around the middle. I think our backs of Sean Ogue, young Sean Ogue Irwin, and Phelan McCardle are having a great match. And particularly Sean Ogue on Paul O'Grant, I believe. I mean, a few telling interceptions there. Up front, Aidan and Conor Nugent are causing all sorts of problems up front. I think Conor's having a superb game there. Garrett Mackin. I mean, this is a good team performance. 2-6 to 4 at half time. Didn't anticipate that.
Certainly, that I don't think confidence was too high, Terry, on Cullyhanna before the game. Even though they did beat Crossmaglen in 2012 last year and around Christmas time. You remember that game in Cullyville? But I think probably after being beaten by Crossmaglen in the senior final, there was perhaps an air of trepidation leading towards this game.
Well, there always is. You're playing Cross in the final, Paddy. You know yourself. It's a 50-50 thing. As I say, it's no more deserving what Cullyhanna have on the scoreboard they have there at the minute. Don't get me wrong. We didn't anticipate that happening. But I'm going back even from 2012 to a rainy night in Cullyhanna. I think it was about 4 years ago. The two same teams basically at minor level competed, and Cross would have been favourites that night, and it was a humdinger of a game. Cullyhanna won that match incidentally by 2 points in Cullyhanna, and I was kind of working from that to the day. We have the two same teams again. As they Cross back then were favourites. I was thinking to myself, this is going to be a 50-50 match. The way it's looking out there at the minute, Paddy, it's looking well for Cullyhanna.
Yeah, but I mean, Cross do retain a lot of danger, don't they? Particularly in the form of Callum Comiskey. Caused St Pat so much heartache in the senior final. It was 3 points in the first half.
Listen, as you say, you can't count your chickens before the hatch. Back to our under 20 one match with Pierce Oaks. We were in a commanding position, and the things slipped from us in the second half. They need to hold their own in the second half. They've a few lads on the bench there as well they can bring in as well, but at the minute, I would be willing to put a tenner on it. That'll pull through.
Well, I don't think he'll be getting as good odds as he would have before the match. But the tackling, Terry, has been absolutely fantastic from Cullyhanna, hasn't it? There was one example, the goal chance that Shane Conlon had. There was a superb tackling from
Conor Conley.
Conor Conley.
I forgot to mention Conor. What a goal! I mean, he intercepted the tackle first of all. I think he took a return pass from Shane or whoever up and right at the edge of the big square, turned his man inside, back of the net. Conor Conley, immense in there at centre half forward this evening.
They really are performing very well at the moment, and so you're confident, Harry, they'll be able to hold on.
I think so. You know, I mean, we've a bit of strength to see in the bench there as well. You've got Aidan, a lad of my own there as well. He's back from England. You know, a county minor footballer as well. You've Kevy Huey sitting on the bench there as well, ready to. I seen him warming up earlier on. Young Terry as well on the bench, and I think there's several other contenders for a position there. James Carey come on against Pierce Oaks, so you've plenty of strength and depth this time. This isn't a Cullyhanna of 15 players; it's Cullyhanna 22 or 3 players. You know, and you know I can't see us this slipping today. You know, there's a wee bit of revenge here as well for the senior final defeat a few weeks back as well. But listen, they're looking good, and I can't see us losing this now. That's a commanding lead at half time, 8 points.
A confident and buoyant Terry Conlon there from St Patrick's. We're delighted to have Terry along with us for a half-time interview. And folks, we'll just take a little break here on Armagh TV, and we hope you join us for the second half. The score here is Niamh Podrick, Ja Cool, agus Shea Wincha, Narena Crossmaglen, Cara Wincha. And we'll wrap up now, folks, and we'll see you again for the second half. Gurmila Mayagov. Eva Harjagus Falsha Rashka Park Luhas Ardwa and Cullyhanna Fui Fiha Hain either Narena Crossmaglen August Ni Padre Cullyhanna. Good afternoon, folks, and welcome back to this TMET Armagh Under-21 Championship final between St Patrick's Cullyhanna and Crossmaglen Rangers, where the men from Cullyhanna are very much in the ascendancy at the moment. They lead by 2-6 to 4 points. And at the moment it looks like it's going to be something of a mixed afternoon for Crossmaglen. We congratulate their under-16s who have won through on a scoreline of 112 to 4 points against St Enda's in the Ulster under-16 Championship semi-final today. They're in the Ulster final, but their under-21s are certainly not beaten, but they're in a difficult position here as Melboyce has it. They're trailed by 8 points, and that's wonderful stuff there from Pierce Casey. He intercepted that, he read that game superbly, read that pass superbly. He's punted it down the field, and Crossmaglen have been able to pick it up, and that ball we played over there towards Melboyce. Melboyce kicking it forward, and that's towards, I think, Ryan Conlon. And no, that was in fact, Ryan Conlon. He's played it over towards Callum Comiskey, I think. That ball's out now again. It looked like it might have been lifted from the ground, but here's an opportunity now for Patrick McIntyre. And McIntyre has kicked the ball over the bar. That was a fine score from Crossmaglen. Patrick McIntyre with the point there. We played 1 minute and 17 seconds of the second half, and Crossmaglen have already cut the deficit. It's now St Patrick's Cullyhanna 2-6. It's Crossmaglen 5 points. McIntyre with the score there. And they're certainly Crossmaglen. They were the first team to emerge from the tunnel after half time. Big Joe, I'm sure, had some stern words with his troops at their half-time interval, but they've emerged. They seem to emerge in determined fashion, and that was a fine score. As Pierce Casey goes, what a catch on Pierce Casey! Magnificent stuff from the Cullyhanna man, and he's beating his defender there, and he's looking to play the ball in, and that's a magnificent ball to Sean Connell. Wonderful stuff there from Pierce Casey. Unfortunately, it didn't work out from a Cullyhanna perspective there. Cut out by Cross. Seemed to be a bit of a misinterpretation, a bit of a mix-up between Gareth Mackin and Sean Collins sort of ran into each other, and Crossmaglen emerged. Crossmaglen profit from that lack of communication there, and it's Callum Comiskey, the danger man. Callum Comiskey got a couple of points in the first half. He looked at that tally in the second. That's a great ball that he's played down there towards Kerwin. Jack Kerwin there. He's been well tackled by Phelan McArdle, and that's a good tackle in. It's Phelan McArdle again. Phelan McArdle's picked it up. He's played it back to Cal Donnelly, and that ball's been pumped forward there by Kieran McCoo towards Conor Nugent. Conor Nugent read that well. He let the ball pass him, and then he was on it. Luckily, he was pushed in the back there. Referee Tony O'Hare agrees. He plays it to Pierce Casey. Pierce Casey's going to take the free. He's about 65 metres from goal, and slight delay there, and Pierce has pumped it in long, and that's towards Aidan Nugent. Aidan looked to rise up and get to that, but Shane Connell will chase it. He's putting the Crossmaglen defender under great pressure. He has to hack it clear, and that'll probably go over the end line, or the sideline rather. I would have thought. It's Conor Connolly over on the far side. He'll be taking that sideline ball, it seems. No, in fact, Aidan Nugent's going to come over and take it. He's about 15 metres or so from the end line. And it's a sideline ball. Steve Malone's watching the game. He says it's a great game. There's a few lads picking themselves for the county. I know that under-21 manager Stephen McDonald is at the game. I'm sure he's been very impressed by someone. And it's a ball played across, and look at it, flicked on. And it's actually going to be a 45. Very, very dangerous ball played across there by Aidan Nugent. And Crossmaglen just about did enough to get rid of it. And now it's an opportunity for Pierce Casey. He scored a 45. I think we're almost in identical position in the Senior Championship semi-final against Ballymacnabb. He'll try his luck again here. He struck that one perfectly. He'll hope to do the same. And the 45 metres from goal, put the ball on the ground there, and an opportunity for Cullyhanna to regain their 8-point advantage. We played 4 minutes here in the athletic grounds. Don't forget, folks, get their comments in on Facebook and Twitter at armagh-gaa, armagh-gaa Facebook page as well. Let us know where you're watching the match from, whether it's Silverbridge or Sydney, as Pierce Casey has a go here, and he has struck that just to the right and wide. So something of a let off for Crossmaglen there. Cullyhanna very, very effective in the first half at turning their attacks into scores. They were very, very economical up front. Didn't kick too many wides at all. I think Aidan Nugent had perhaps one. Phelim Savage hit a post, but they were generally getting their when they had the opportunities, they were generally kicking over. 2-6 they got, and Phelim Savage knocked that one down towards Conor Connolly, and that's to Pierce Casey. And Pierce Casey has chipped it forward in the direction of Shane Conlon. Shane Conlon still has it. Shane Conlon out, he's about 50 metres. He's played it towards Aidan Nugent. Aidan Nugent playing with such confidence at the moment. Phelim Savage in support, but Nugent turns in himself, and he struck that one wide as fact and picked up by the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper Paul McEntee. He had a bit of a coming together with the umpire, shall we say, but he managed to fend off the challenge from the umpire down there at the goal, and Paul McEntee was able to clear it, and he was able to send Crossmaglen off on their way. And Crossmaglen trailing by 7 points, in a difficult position at the moment, but they're certainly far from gone in this match. Great tackle there from Sean O'Gerwin. Couple of great tackles in the first half from Irwin, and it was a good tackle there getting the ball away, but Crossmaglen were able to hold on to it. And here's an opportunity now for Crossmaglen with the free kick about 35 metres from goal. And Eugene McCooey from Cullyhanna was the winner of the half-time draw in the final, so congratulations to Eugene. And here's now a free kick for Callum Comiskey. Callum is near the 20 metre line, and Callum's kicked that one wide. And really Crossmaglen want to take as many of these opportunities as they possibly can, because 7 points down, it's not a match-winning lead by any stretch of the imagination yet, but Cross will want to peg Cullyhanna back as much as they can as early as possible in the first half, and plant the seed of doubt in the mind of the St Patrick's lads. But at the minute it looks like Cullyhanna are commanding enough position. And that ball's kicked out by Darren Mackin. And that's fielded, it's dropped down, and it's going to be a free kick to Cullyhanna. No, well, the referee pointed as though it was a free kick to Cullyhanna, but then he's pointed towards Cross. I think certainly it looked like it would be a free to Crossmaglen rather than Cullyhanna if the award was to be made, and that ball's been pumped down towards the Crossmaglen, and that's been played over there and recycled back. Ryan Conlon picks it up now, and Ryan Conlon's put the ball over the bar. Fine score there from Ryan Conlon, and he's it's now double scores in the athletic grounds. Crossmaglen back within 6 points. It's just the 2 goals. Conor Connolly and Aidan Nugent's 2 goals are what separates the sides. It's St Patrick's 2-6. It's Crossmaglen 6 points. I'll just give a bit of a shout out and say hello to Rory O'Neill, whose mother Doreen asked that we say hello on Armagh TV to our son watching the match in Melbourne. Rory, of course, captained in January of this year. He captained the Cullyhanna under-21 team in the final against Armagh Harps, and I'm sure he'll be a very excited onlooker in Melbourne. And that ball's been played there towards, and Sean Connell chases Mel Boyce, but Mel Boyce will be able to emerge there. Does very, very well there, Boyce. And that ball's been played out to number 11, Jared McConville. McConville plays it over to McIntyre. McIntyre got the point in the first half. That ball's dropped, should be able to be picked up by Pierce Casey. Yes, Pierce very effective there, and he's played that one towards, I think that's Phelim Savage, but no, Colm Huey. In fact, Colm Huey on the ball, and that's a great pass there from Colm Huey. Excellent stuff to Shane Conlon. And no, it was cut out. He was trying to find Aidan Nugent, but the ball just didn't have the legs. But again, great tackling, ferocious tackling. But I think the referee is going to... No, he didn't deem that it was illegal. And Cullyhanna are allowed to play on here. And there's still an opportunity. Recycle back out. Still a chance. They're over towards the sideline. The angle against him. That's a great ball towards Phelim Savage. Phelim lays it out there sensibly so to Sean Connell. And Sean Connell has kicked the ball against the post there. Sean Connell joining Phelim Savage in the hitting the post stakes, and great determined play there from Sean Connell, looking to make amends, and Sean Connell has won the free, and that'll be a very, very scoreable opportunity for St Patrick's. We've played 8 minutes here in the athletic grounds, the TMET under 21 championship final, and here'll be an opportunity for Pierce Casey to kick this one over the bar. And we have Sean McNichols enjoying from Queen's University Belfast. He's enjoying the game on Armagh TV, as is Martin Huey's got in touch. He's shouting on his brothers and St Pat's from Toronto. And here's an opportunity for Pierce Casey. Here's Casey about 22 metres or so. Very scoreable opportunity. Pierce will expect to get this one over the bar, and he has put it wide. He's put that one to the left and wide. That's a disappointing miss from a St Patrick's perspective. But St Pat's still in a very good position. We played almost 10 minutes, only 20 minutes to go. Well, certainly an awful lot of football to be played there. Mal Mackin walks up and down the line, looking slightly pensive at the moment. Mal clapping there, trying to encourage the troops. Mal, a player stroke manager at the minute. You know, huge dedication's been shown by Stephen Reel, Kieran Nugent and Malachy Mackin in managing these teams. All three lads still playing themselves for the club, but are willing to put the shoulder to the wheel in terms of management, and they've had such success over the last 3 years. A county final every year, and are hoping to make sure they win the second one. You know, it's a superb achievement for St. Pat's to be in 4 finals in a row, but you don't want to be a team who gets the 4 finals and loses 3 of them. As Phelan Savage has lost the ball there, but great stuff from Colm Huey. Great work, he's regained possession, he's pumped it towards Gareth Mackin. Gareth Mackin's read that one well, and he's transferred it there, and here comes Kieran McCooey. McCooey bearing down a goal, really have a shot 21 metres out, and that ball has gone to the right and wide, and there's a couple of missed opportunities there for St. Patrick's in the early stages, and you know, they could have gotten back within 8 or 9 points ahead, but it still looks like there's going to be a switch here for St. Pat's. I think that is number 26 coming on for, sorry, the switch is for Crossmaglen, of course. It's Ronan Finnegan on. And that's it's a Ronan Finnegan for Jared McConville there. So Ronan Finnegan enters the fray, and opportunity now for Crossmaglen goalkeeper Paul McEntee to kick the ball out. And here comes St. Patrick's, and that ball's been lost there. And again, real ferocious tackling from St. Pat's. And there's the ball being played there. It's with midfielder Aaron Farley, and that's played out to Jack Kerwin. Kerwin pumps the ball forward. I think that's as far as Ryan Conlon, and the referees decide there's been a free. I think perhaps that free was given for something slightly off the ball, and I think the referee's going to have a word of admonishment with Phelan McCardle there. So an opportunity now for St. Pat's, for Crossmaglen to get back within 5 points, as Phelan McCardle I think picked up a yellow card there. So joins Paddy Studdard of Crossmaglen and Sean Connell of Cullyhanna in the referee's notebook. Gives them playing in a very, very sporting manner thus far, as Callum Comiskey looks to cut the deficit, and unsurprisingly Callum Comiskey does so. So that's it's been all Crossmaglen thus far. You know, St. Pat's were 8 points ahead at half time in the second half, but points from Patrick McIntyre, Ryan Conlon and Callum Comiskey have slowly got Crossmaglen back into this game, and the 5 point deficit they'll feel is significantly more manageable than being the 8 points in arrears which they were at half time. So Cross just quietly creeping their way back into the match. And I know that'll be of concern to Stephen Reel and Mal Mackin. There's Kieran Nugent. And that's of course 2 of the Cullyhanna managers of brothers on the team. Gareth Mackin is a brother of Malachy's, Conor Nugent is a brother of Kieran's. And that ball's played. What a catch there. Wonderful stuff from Pierce Casey. What a game Pierce Casey is having. And he's played that towards Aidan Nugent, but Crossmaglen have done very well. But here's Gareth Mackin. Gareth Mackin's able to pick it up over the sideline. Was he fouled? The linesman seems to be signalling either a sideline or a free. No, the linesman's changed direction there with his flag. And he's decided now that it's a Crossmaglen ball. So that was a very cynical enough challenge there. Certainly a foul. The referee may want to have a word with... I think is it Pierce Casey over there who's fouled, possibly not, and it is a yellow card. Is a yellow card possibly to Sean O'Gerwin, is it? Yeah, Sean O'Gerwin there picked up the yellow card. Corner back for Cullyhanna, the ball's pumped there. Forward, and that's with the Crossmaglen full forward, Jack Kerwin, and it's been played forward towards Ryan Conlon. Ryan Conlon's having a great game. Looked like he might have touched the ball on the ground. The referee agrees. Tony O'Hare agrees that ball was touched on the ground, so that'll be a free kick for Cullyhanna. Cullyhanna still scoreless in the second half. They'll be very disappointed by that. If you think if they could get a couple of scores, they might be able to hold on. But it's been, in terms of the scoring stakes, all Crossmaglen in the second half. Cullyhanna have had their opportunities but didn't take them. As that ball's played over, and Crossmaglen having to work very hard to retain possession there, and that ball's been punted forward. It'll only go as far as Pierce Casey. Pierce in a bit of space, able to pick out a teammate. Yes, with a good. He's passed the ball over there to Phelan McArdle, and it's now with Kieran McCooey. Kieran McCooey again to Phelan McArdle. Intricate passing there, but it's been effective for Cullyhanna. And Phelan McArdle crosses halfway and plays the ball up towards Nugent. Yeah, Connor Nugent. The ball not sticking with the Cullyhanna forwards the manner that did in the first half. You know, the Crossmaglen backs are dominating to a degree that they certainly didn't in the first period. Bit of a late challenge there, but Crossmaglen allowed to play on. Callum Comiskey, and that's Colm Hui, very, very effective Colm as a sweeper there in front of his full back line. He's been having an excellent game, Colm. He's still dealing with the effects of an injury that's kept him out of football for such a large part of 2013, but still able to make vital contributions at both senior and under 21 level this year as that ball's pumped towards Gareth Mackin. Gareth Mackin turns, has an opportunity, 35 metres, and that ball's gone wide again. Another wide for St Patrick's. And I know Gareth looks frustrated there, but I mean, St Pat's still in a good position, but they'll be disappointed at the way that the second half has gone thus far. And don't forget, folks, get the comments in on Twitter at armagh_GA, on the armagh-gaa Facebook. Let us know where you're watching the match from. And that's kicked out now by McEntee, and that's been flicked by Cullyhanna lad. Here comes Sean Connell. Sean Connell having a tremendous game as well. Wonderful reader of the game, and his fist pass has gone astray there. Couldn't quite find Connor Nugent. Connor tackling very hard. Luckily, he probably did foul. Yes, he did foul, and the referee awards a free to Crossmaglen. Ball pumped there towards the Crossmaglen corner forward, Comiskey. And Comiskey has gone over the line. He's gone over the line, and that will be a Cullyhanna sideline. And an opportunity now for Sean Conn to relieve the pressure. 16 minutes played, only 13 minutes to go in the TMET Armagh Under-21 Championship final. There's Gareth Mackin to Connor Nugent. Gareth Mackin again. Gareth goes down the sideline. Space in the premium, but that's a fine ball from Gareth, and here's an opportunity for Aidan Nugent, and there's a goal. Nugent scored the goal. Nugent's got Cullyhanna's third, his own second. It was a great ball from Gareth Mackin. He did so well down along the sideline. He played an excellent ball to Nugent. Nugent turned, and you just knew when he got that space in front of goal that he wasn't going to make a mistake, and that is a crucial score. It's St Patrick's Cullyhanna 3-6. It's Crossmaglen Rangers 7 points. We've got 12 and a half minutes to play here in the athletic grounds, and that could be the final nail in the Crossmaglen coffin, where you couldn't completely write them out, but with 8 points ahead 13 minutes ago, you'd make Cullyhanna strong favourites at this stage. Superb ball from Gareth Mackin. That was exactly what Cullyhanna needed. Crossmaglen have been creeping into the game, finally getting you to eking away at the lead, but you suspect at this stage that they're going to need a goal at some point to get back into this game. But now here's a 45, a chance by dropping in about the square. The ball came off Kieran McCooey, and that was superb stuff from Aidan Nugent. What a game he's had. He got 2 goals against Whitecross in the first round of the Armagh Senior Championship to rescue a game that Cullyhanna really should have lost. He's got 2 goals here in the Under-21 final, and a substitution there for Crossmaglen. It's number 23, Paul Sweeney's entering the fray. Not quite sure who's come off as yet. I'm sure we'll get clarification on that fairly soon, as Ryan Conlon has a 45 across Crossmaglen. We've played 18 minutes here in the TMET Armagh Under-21 Championship, and really Crossmaglen need to start taking all their opportunities, because they're 8 points behind here and they're in a fair degree of trouble. Cullyhanna, they're in their 4th Under-21 final in a row, and they're in a good position to make it 2 wins out of 4, which by any standards wouldn't be bad at all, as Ryan Condon kicks that, and that ball has drifted to the right. It's drifted wide. Ryan Condon looks very disappointed, perhaps understandably so. And their number, by the way, Liam O'Neill came off there, so there's Paul Sweeney on for Liam O'Neill. An opportunity now for Darren Mackin. Darren Mackin, the full-back turned goalkeeper. He's an opportunity now to kick this side with 11 minutes to play. Of course, St Patrick's supporters of St Patrick's will know that just because you're a few points up with about 10 minutes to go isn't necessarily determinative of the result. So of course they were in a very difficult position around this time in the county semi-final against Ballymacnabb, but were able to haul it out of the fire. And Crossmaglen will always retain with the forwards of the quality of Callum Comiskey and Ryan Conlon will always retain a severe danger. But Sean Collinson, acres of space there. If Ciaran McCooey can find him, Sean Collinson great space over on the far side. It's played towards him. It's two. It's Sean Conlon, Phelim Savage sensibly leaves that for Connell. Is Connell going to have a go? Oh, that was a very, very ambitious effort, and that wasn't one of Sean Connell's greatest attempts there by any stretch of the imagination, but he's kicked it dead. And we've only 10 minutes to go as Crossmaglen ready another substitution. Number 19, Niall Keenan. 19-9 Keenan's going to enter the fray. That'll be Crossmaglen's third substitution. As here is Conor Connolly's picked it up. It was a poor kick out there. It's gone as far as Conor Nugent. Conor Nugent still about 21 metres. He's at a tight angle. I think he's played that back to Gareth Mackin. Gareth Mackin with the effort. And he's played that and it's going to be rescued by Aidan Nugent. Aidan Nugent turns back inside. Nugent plays it across. Opportunity here for Cullyhanna. It's back with Aidan Nugent. You Shane Conlon in support, but Aidan Nugent's going himself. And you can well see why he went himself, because Aidan Nugent has kicked the ball over the bar. I think that is now 2-3 on a personal level for Aidan Nugent. He's had a superb game, an absolute stormer in the vernacular description. An absolute magnificent point there. And Aidan Nugent is single-handedly at the moment dragging Cullyhanna over the line. And there's 9 points in the athletic grounds. It's St Crossmaglen 7 points. It's St Patrick's 3-7. And at 10 minutes to go, you would have to make Cullyhanna the strongest of favourites to hold on from this. But you know, the game's it's never over till it's over. The fat lady certainly isn't singing yet, but perhaps going through 1 or 2 warm-up chords. As Phelim Savage on the ball there. Savage pumps it in towards Aidan Nugent again. Nugent rises, he flicks it over. Crossmaglen do very, very well to get away from that. We're there, and still Crossmaglen there. The ball's been relieved. Mel Boyce there. Savage goes to tackle Boyce. Savage gets the better of Boyce there. Was it a free? The referee decides no, and there'll be a sideline to St Pat's. Sideline to St Patrick's, and they're having a bit of a conversation there, a bit of physical conversation about who's going to take this sideline out in the Crossmaglen. Certainly the referee's awarded to Cullyhanna. It'll be Conor Nugent who'll take it. He's about 35 metres from goal. Conor now looking to settle the game. The Malachy Mackin points ahead. Telling his players to stay focused. And here's Conor Nugent with the opportunity. Is he going? He's playing it right across there, and it's Ciaran McCooey. It's dropped there to Aidan Nugent. It's that man, Aidan Nugent, and Nugent's fired it over. Aidan has fired it over, and with 8 minutes to go, it's St Patrick's 3-8. It's Crossmaglen 7 points, and it looks like Cullyhanna are going to do it. 10 points up with only 8 minutes to go. You'd have thought that should be that. You can never be certain, but really Cullyhanna are in the most commanding of positions as the instructions go along the line. I think Cullyhanna might be ready in the sub on this Phelim Savage and Pierce Casey competing with that. Look at Casey again. Oh, he does a foul there, but what an absolutely magnificent game Pierce Casey's had. But you know, it's a long list of people in the red, black and amber of Cullyhanna who've had magnificent games. We hardly list them all. There's so many have performed there. Aidan Nugent, Sean Collins had a magnificent game. Pierce Casey has been heroic throughout. Colin Mahooey's been fantastic, but they've plenty of work still to do. As that ball's pumped in, Crossmaglen looking goals, they need goals, but Sean O'Gara came out with a great tackle there as Cathal Donnelly looking to I don't think he did foul there, but here's the opportunity. Cross driving forward. They're never beaten. They were Kilcoo thought they had them beaten the first day in the senior, but the Cross with their trademark tenacity stuck in that game for so long. Crossmaglen are never beaten to the final whistle. While the whistle blows, but the final whistle is only 7 minutes away here in the TMET U21 Championship, and Cullyhanna in a magnificent position here, 3-8 to 7 points. And really, if they can hold on here, it'll cap off what has been the most magnificent year for Cullyhanna. 125 years to the GEA. They've won a Camogie Intermediate Championship, a Division 1 league in Camogie. They got their first ever county final, and they're almost winning their 4th under-21 championship here. But still plenty of work to do, and that's been won by Cullyhanna there, and that'll be a free out. Cullyhanna looking, the players look very composed. You know, they're not getting overexcited there. Pierce Casey, they know that they have a job to do and they're determined to see it out. Pierce Casey with a magnificent ball there to try and release Ciaran McCooey, but well done to Callum Comiskey. Great work from Callum Comiskey to get a hold of that. And Crossmaglen still going. They haven't given up. Ball played over there. And here's an opportunity now for Cross. It's back as Paulo Grant. Still Grant going. And Grant has fired it over the bar. Paul O'Grant's fired that one over the bar. 6 minutes to go, and it's back within 9 points. And really, you think the Crossmaglen need a couple of goals. They need them very, very quickly if they're going to be able to get back into this game. But that's perhaps the first step in the process there from Paul O'Grant with a Crossmaglen point. But you thought with 6 minutes to go, 3-8 to 8 points. Cullyhanna look like they've probably done enough, but they might another score. And off comes Shane Conlon there. Shane Conlon has come off, and on is Aidan Conlon comes on. Aidan Conlon come on. The fella, he's studying in England. He's flying. There's such commitment he's showing. He's flying back and forth to play in these games in the under-21 championship. We had his father Terry in with us earlier on. Terry was very bullish at half time, and perhaps Terry's confidence is being rewarded and proven correct in this second half, because Cullyhanna look like they've done enough. As Gareth Mackin plays that forward to Sean Connell. What a game Sean's had. And it's now Kieran McCooey. Kieran McCooey's chipped it in towards Aidan Conlon. His first introduction. They call him Chesley. He's played the ball over there to Kieran McCooey, and Kieran McCooey has topped it over the bar, and that must be it now. We've only 5 minutes to play. It's St Patrick's 3-9, 18 points. It's Crossmaglen 8 points. I'd say 1 or 2 people start to leave this match. They feel that it's over. I wouldn't. The Crossmaglen, 1 or 2 have headed towards the exit doors. I wouldn't be going that far as yet, but certainly that was a crucial score there from Kieran McCooey, cancelling out the point that Paul O'Grant got to come in. Here's Sean Connell again. Sean Connell's played it forward. Aidan Nugent on the ground. Nugent appeals to the referee, but the ref, there's nothing doing there. And our shooting now for Cross. They look to build from the back. It's been chipped up. And here's still Crossmaglen going. Ball played over now to midfielder Farley, Alan Farley. That's been popped there towards Ryan Conlon. Played over towards the corner, and it's Kieran. It's a foul. Yeah, it's a foul on Conlon. So an opportunity now for Crossmaglen, and it'll be Callum Comiskey. Will he kick the ball over the bar? Will he try to engineer a goal? 10 points down. 3.5 minutes of normal time. They thought he's going to have to try and work a goal from somewhere, but to be honest, it's unlikely to be enough unless you have something absolutely unbelievable happen in the final moments here. Comiskey's elected to put that one over the bar for Cross. So they're back within, it's double scores again. It's St Patrick's 3-9, it's Crossmaglen 9 points. If Cullyhanna do hold on, it'll be their goal scoring ability which will have won this game for them. They created 4 or 5 real gilt-edged goal scoring chances. Importantly, they took 3 of them. Crossmaglen haven't been able to create those goal chances with the same regularity as the Cullyhanna folks, and that ball's pumped out. Pierce Casey got a hand to it again, and he's played it there to Sean Connell. Connell's able to pick it up. So many of these Cullyhanna lads devastated. They're absolutely devastated. 5 weeks ago, this was the scene of absolute despair for St Patrick's, but it looks like that despair of October is turning into joy in November, because St Patrick's look like they've done enough. 2.5 minutes. Here's Comiskey on the ball. 45 metres from goal on the sideline. Comiskey played it in, and the ball's trying to transfer. I think that's Jack Cowan. And what a block! What a block there from Sean Connell. Still Crossmaglen worked out. They're heroic, tireless in their efforts. But they're Cullyhanna have got it. And it's that man Colin Hoey who emerges. Hoey pumps it forward, not towards a Cullyhanna man, but he's happy just to relieve the pressure. Aidan Nugent tackle there, free kick to Crossmaglen. Only 2 minutes of normal time. There's still 9 points between the teams. Oh, what great block there from Gareth Mackin, and Cullyhanna advance again. It's Pierce Casey, still Casey. Callum Comiskey tackles him. Casey's down, but he's back up again, and Casey has played it over, and Crossmaglen have it now, but it's very much on the right side of the field from a Cullyhanna perspective. They'll be hoping to keep Cross penned in their own half as much as they can. 1.5 minutes of normal time left. Aidan Conlon there tackling, and here's Crossmaglen. They come forward there. Tackle there, and it's Cahill Donnelly. He hasn't emerged. It's a free kick. The referee's given a free to Crossmaglen. We've only 1 minute and 15 seconds left. St Pat's so disappointed in January this year to lose another 21 final, but it looks like they've come back in November, and there's Sean Connell again. And Cullyhanna, I know sometimes the phrase about hunger and want it's overused in Gaelic football terms. I really feel that it has been a real factor today. Cullyhanna have wanted this just a little bit more than the Crossmaglen men, and the ball's played there towards Aidan Conlon. Conlon not able to get it. Well won there with the Crossmaglen fullback Conor O'Neill, and it's with Gareth Mackin. Gareth Mackin finds a teammate. He finds Conor Nugent. What can Conor Nugent do? He plays it forward, but misdirected there. So still an opportunity for crosses. Number 12, Paul O'Grant. O'Grant got a point there a couple of minutes ago. What can he do now? There's only 30 seconds in normal time, and you'd have thought that it's going to be enough for Cullyhanna. There's the ball's won, and it's going to be played. Pierce Casey in the fair bit of space, they can get it to him. Still Cullyhanna go forward. It's with Casey now over on the terrace side of the pitch. So what can Casey do? Casey's played it in. He's played it towards, and it has gone over. What a point that is from Pierce Casey. That's a fitting end to this game. He must have went at least as the crow flies over 45 minutes, and the referee is speaking to his linesman there. What a magnificent score that was from Pierce Casey. A point that would have graced an All-Ireland final, never mind an Armagh under-21 final. And there's a change made there. I'll try and catch up with that. I'm not 100% sure who that was, but I'll get a howler. I'll get Walston cleared there towards the corner. Hard to keep up with everything here just at the moment. And there's wonderful stuff from Sean O'Derwin. Flicked it away, brilliant. And the ball's I see Conor Connolly's off. Could it be Kevin Hughes come on? And Gareth Mackin chases after that one. Can he get it? And Gareth's on the score sheet yet, but maybe he can write that there at the end. And a free kick across, played 40 seconds of injury time now. Played 40 seconds of the injury time. The ball's played forward. Not sure exactly how many minutes injury time we'll have. And there's Francie O'Rourke. Francie O'Rourke has it. Francie's still going. He's played it over to Aidan Nugent. Aidan Nugent, what a star he's been today. He got the 2 goals. He's played it towards Aidan Conlon. Conlon can't just get a hold of it there. And there's Mel Boyce. Mel Boyce is playing. Well cut out there by Kieran McCooey. McCooey plays the Kevin Hughes. Kevin Hughes came on there. He was a substitute wearing number 12. He's played that to Aidan Nugent. Nugent has the effort. And that's another magnificent point. A magnificent point from Aidan Nugent. It's St Patrick's 3-11. It's Crossmaglen 9 points. Looks like we had a very, very comprehensive victory. St Pat's have been magnificent from the goal. From 50 seconds in, when Aidan Nugent got that goal, they've been on top of this game for the vast majority of it. And it looks like they're going to have a very comfortable victory. And Phelan Savage challenges for that one. But it's Crossmaglen again. Mel Boyce. Mel Boyce still going. He's played that over to Paul O'Grant. O'Grant still going, tackled by Sean Connell. Still Grant goes forward. Crossmaglen looking to only a consolation point at this stage. I would have thought, but they're heading towards goal, and that one's fired wide. And the people start to leave their seats in the athletic grounds. But I can tell you what, there'll be nobody from Cullyhanna leaving, because it looks like Cullyhanna will be getting a hold of the Dean Keown Cup here in a few minutes. And as I say, 4 finals in a row. Defeat was their lot in 2010 to Crossmaglen. In 2011 they beat Mahary. They got to the Ulster semi-final. They were only beaten by a point by Oma St Andrews, who went on to win the competition. In 2012 they're beaten by Armagh Harps. But it looks like it's been victory, defeats, and now victory, because the match is over. The referee has blown the whistle, and it's over. Cullyhanna, 225 years the GAA in Cullyhanna was celebrated this year, and what a year they've had. A first ever senior championship final appearance, and it's been capped off with a magnificent victory in the under-21 final. And this when they joined the comrades in 1992. St Pat's won the under-21 championship. They also won it in 2000, I think, with a Paris selection captained, I believe, by Shane Lennon. And now in 2011 they won the championship, and this is a 4th under-21 championship for St Pat's, and it's come in tremendous style. And I must say, from a Cullyhanna perspective, there couldn't be any sweeter way to win it than a comprehensive victory over Crossmaglen. Again, no doubt that Crossmaglen team will be back. So many of them have performed with such grace a style with their senior team. It's been a fantastic year for Crossmaglen, winning the senior championship, but a real much more than a consolation for St. Pat's. A great victory for them today. No doubt that Crossmaglen team will be back, and they'll go on, and many of them will serve a great distinction for Crossmaglen seniors in the future. But today it's very much Cullyhanna's day, and they'll be collecting the Dean Keown Cup in due course. And there's magnificent scenes of delight out in the pitch. Cullyhanna very, very deserving victors. A magnificent day for the Gaels of St. Pat's. And what a performance they had. And I mean, some of the individual for Sean O'Gara went absolutely magnificent there. Sean Connor had a brilliant game. Pierce Casey absolutely tremendous. Conor Nugent very, very effective. And what a game Aidan Nugent had. I almost lost count of how many individual points. I think it was 2-5 he got. The difference between the teams on the day, and a really comprehensive, wonderful display for St. Pat's, and they deserve huge credit. Commiserations, of course, to Crossmaglen, but this is very much St. Patrick's Day. 5 weeks ago, it was the Black and Amber who overcame, and it was a day for the Black and Amber. But today, it's not just the Black and Amber; it's the Red, Black and Amber as the team now head towards the steps of the athletic grounds. And they'll be going up to lift the cup. And what a night they'll have! What a moment for celebration for St. Pat's. Players absolutely delighted, and folks were very much delighted to have had you along here. And I think we're going to be showing the presentation live. Oh no, we won't. But I'll just maybe be able to describe some of the scenes as the players go up. The players go up here, and the Dean Keown Cup will be presented. And it looks like. Is it Darren Macklin's going to receive the cup? And you can see here, great scenes of delight there as the players congregate on the pitch. As a speech is being given there, and I'll just allow the speech to go on, and you listen to the speeches there. And a few words of thanks being given there by Armagh County Board official. And thanks being given there to the match officials, rightfully so. Tony O'Hara, of course, was the referee. The linesmen were Joe Morta and Jim Slavin. And thanks been given, of course, to very generous sponsors, TMET, who've made such a great contribution to Armagh football this year. And the stewards, of course, getting an award too, very well deserved. Thanks, of course, also to the county board for making the athletic grounds available, and of course, the athletic grounds absolutely fitting setting for what was a superb Cullyhanna performance today. And Darren Mackin is about to lift the Dean Keown Cup. The photographs are getting taken, and Darren Mackin, the captain of this side, he was a fullback, he's now a goalkeeper, and more important, he is an under-21 winning captain. He lifts a raise to great scenes at the light from the Cullyhanna followers, and Darren Mackin lifts the cup, and St. Pat's are the 2013 TMET Armagh under-21 champions. I think we're going to have a few words here from Darren Mackin. A round of applause there to an honourable mention for the Crossmaglen team who made such a great contribution to this spectacle. Darren just saying a few words of thanks there to those in the club who've helped them over the year.
Words of thanks there for the management team of Kieran Nugent, Stephen Reel and Mal Mackinnon, well deserved. What a record that management team have. Up the pot, says Darren Mackin, and he waves that Dean Keown Cup in delight. And look at the cheers from the crowd, and wonderful scenes there for St Patrick's as the team go up and they'll all have their moment in the sun and the chance to raise aloft the cup. And has been brought down there as Darren Mackin being congratulated by his father there. Wonderful scenes from a Cullyhanna perspective. What a day for St Pat's. Great, the county, I suppose, in Cullyhanna to a certain extent they've been spoilt in recent years. So few. If you look through the record, success was very much at a premium for so much of that 125 years. But since 2000, in the last 10-15 years, the amount of challenges that have come through, and I mean this under 21 team, it's a grade that Cullyhanna I know they take very, very seriously, and that commitment is very much being rewarded today. As the obligatory photograph there is being taken. Darren mentioned quite rightfully in his speech, he mentioned that management team. I mean, for Mal Mackin and Stephen Reid, I think we've involved all 3 years. Kieran Nugent has been involved over the last 2, and I mean the record that they have is absolutely unbelievable. To have taken a team for 3 years, to have been in the county final every year and have won 2 of them, I mean it's an absolutely remarkable thing for such young managers to do. I suppose maybe at some stage they'll take a team and they won't get to a county final, and will at that stage they'll be criticised and be no good at all. But I mean, what absolutely superb management team they are, and they deserve all the credit that they get. Mal Mackin, Stephen Reid, the commitment that they have shown, and Kieran Nugent of course as well, to be playing for in the county final. Mal and Stephen and Kieran Nugent for the seconds in the third division, to be able to give the commitment to play at a high level and then also manage a team as well. It's it's probably almost unheard of throughout Ireland. Really up and coming young managers, and what a contribution they've made to St Pat's. And there's Pierce Casey with the cup, and wonderful scenes for St Pat's. And just as a final note, I'd just like to thank everybody who has supported us over the year. I think this will probably be the final live coverage streaming from Armagh-gaa for 2013. So we'd like to very much thank all of our patrons, all of you that join us. I hope you have enjoyed the games as much as we've enjoyed taking them to you live on the internet. And just like thanks of course to all the backroom team, to Paul Heaney, to Sean, to Gary, to Kevin Fox. And I might have missed somebody and Stephen of course, if I've missed anybody out, I do apologize. So many people have helped us. Thanks also to Terry Condon who came in at half time. Well, I'll wrap up now on what has been a magnificent day for Cullyhanna. The final score: St Patrick's Cullyhanna 3-11, Crossmaglen Rangers 9 points. St Pat's 2013 Armagh under 21 champions. Slán a Harja.